Hey everybody, this is Susie. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I was looking up a new stamp set on YouTube that Stampin' Up! Just came out with, and I came across this technique that I had never ever seen before. And I figured that maybe there's some of you guys out there that have also never heard of it or seen it before, so I wanted to share with you guys. So I have a piece of watercolor paper taped down, and I have some Daffodil Delight Stampin' Up! Ink that I am just dropping the color onto the watercolor piece of paper. And now I am putting down some Berry Burst ink, and I'm just getting that wet and I'm gonna drop that color in now. And there's no rhyme or reason, I'm just putting it in wherever there's a white spot left and just trying to fill in all the blanks. And now I'm using Fresh Fig color, and it's just a little bit darker burgundy color, and just dropping that in everywhere. And now I'm adding in some more of the Berry Burst, and just trying to fill it in. And you want your background to be somewhat dark for this technique to work properly. So that's what I was trying to do. It was a little bit light, so I was trying to darken it up some. And now I'm taking a tiny bit of Tranquil Tide and putting it in the light areas. You want to be really careful when you do this color that you don't overdo it, because it can turn, I didn't want it to turn to mud on me and turn brown. That wasn't what I was going for. Anyway, so now I've got some more of the Berry Burst and dropping that in. And I'm just basically, what I'm doing is just trying to fill in the lighter areas, because I want my background to be a little bit darker than what it is. And just going back and forth with the different colors. And I'm just cleaning up now and just dabbing a little bit of the extra color out, but trying not to take too much of it out, because I want my background to be somewhat darker. And now I am trying to darken it up some more with rich razzleberry color. And I'm really avoiding the yellow and the green areas, because I didn't want all of my yellow to be completely gone. And now I'm just showing you guys all the different colors that I used. And I'm going to hit this with my heat gun to try to speed up the dry time on it a little bit here in just a second. I'm just trying to clean up all my work area so I don't get ink everywhere. And here in Just a second. Oh, I am hitting it with my heat tool now. Just wanting to speed up that dry time some. I hope you guys like this technique. I literally had never seen this before, and so it just is so cool. So now I'm just trying to lay some things on top of my paper while it finishes drying to try to flatten it out, because it was kind of bowing on me a little bit. And now here's the fun part. So I'm got this stencil. This is a Prima stencil, a newer one. It came out with a set of stamps, and which is the set that I have sitting there that I'm going to play with just a little bit. But anyways, so I'm taping that down good because I didn't want it to move on me. And then what I'm doing is I am going to be using some craft, some pigment white ink it's also a Stampin' Up color, and a sponge, and I'm just gonna sponge in all that white ink on top of my background. And guys, this is such a cool technique, and I literally cannot believe I'd never seen it before. But I'm just going over those areas, trying to get that ink in there good. And the little sponge I have is also a Stampin' Up sponge, and these work really well for this because it just really glided over the stencil nicely. So now I'm just turning my stencil, because you want the layers to be on top of each other as well as not. And now I'm trying even harder to get the areas whiter, so putting down more ink than I did on my first layer, and just keep working in the ink on there. This stencil is absolutely perfect for this technique. Doesn't that look cool, you guys? And when it dries, the ink, when it dries completely, looks so awesome because the ink kind of fades more into the background, and the color of the background really comes out. And now I'm just using some butterfly stamps that came in that kit with the Prima stencil and stamp set. And just did a couple little areas there just for a little bit of added interest on the background. But I didn't want to get too crazy with it. But anyways, but yeah, you guys, when this dries, it looks so awesome. And that's what I'm just doing now. I'm all done. I'm just trying to pick up and clean up a little bit. And so now my background is all dry, and you see where I stamped that on my card base. I ended up covering it up because it kind of got messed up. It didn't stamp very well, and I didn't like it just stamped on there. So I am going to cover that, and that's why I didn't show you guys this part. And I'm just trimming up my background now to size. And now I'm taking those same butterflies that I stamped on the background and stamping them I got them layered on my my block so that I stamp all of them evenly in at the same time. And the first one that I have stamped off to the side there, up in that top corner, I'm going to cut those butterflies out individually and then trim this piece up so it's kind of like a tag that I'm going to put on the inside of the card. And here I'm just showing you guys where I'm cutting out those butterfly images. Okay, and now I'm just showing you guys how I'd added those butterflies I cut out on the layer. I didn't go over this part very much because I really wanted the video mainly to be about that background technique. Because what I'm doing here is just pretty basic. I just layered the stamp, or put the stamp image on the inside of the card, and then layered the top with the yellow paper, and I was gonna move that over and then decided not to, but anyhow, but like I said, I really wanted it to be mainly about the background image. But anyways, I hope you guys like this technique, and hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.